Greetings and salutations. How's it going, everybody? Josh Phillips is here on a Monday, June 20, 2016. It is 5:15 Central Time, when it makes it 6:15 out on the East Coast. If you live anywhere else, figure it out for yourself. I'm here on a Monday, ready to watch Monday Night Raw, coming off the heels of a fun Money in the Bank pay-per-view. If you missed the show, you can go to WrestleZone.com and check out my play-by-play article. If you don't have the WWE Network, I always recommend people to go check my play-by-play articles, because I really bring in the theater mind of what's going on to the show, as opposed to copying and pasting match moves like all the other wrestling websites. So if you haven't had a chance to look at my play-by-play articles, I'm very proud of the work I've done, and I think over the 3,000 people that have commented on my article. You know, it's kind of cool looking at Google search engines where your article is ranked next to CBS Sports and stuff. It's pretty freaking awesome. So I want to thank you guys. I also want to thank everybody that checked out last week's podcast. If you guys haven't seen the Josh Lopez Wrestling Podcast, what are you guys waiting for? Make sure to like this video and subscribe. The pocket's there, the podcast in the playlist format. You guys will find it there. Almost 2,000 people checked out last week's podcast, our Money in the Bank preview with the Squared Circle guy. We had Adam Daly, my great friend, my brother. Go check that podcast out if you still haven't had a chance. We'll be back on Wednesday with my full review for Money in the Bank. I'm not going to talk about my thoughts on the pay-per-view on this preview. I want to talk about Raw more specifically, because we got a lot more to talk about here. I enjoyed Money in the Bank a lot. I had a fun time covering the show. It's kind of different for me these days, because like with doing the play-by-play articles, I get into the full tunnel vision mode, and sometimes I don't have the time to look into in depth about certain things that to nitpick on like other people do during these pay-per-views. You know, I'm sitting back, I'm focusing on the moves. I had to get them correctly right in the sequences and all that, and the finish and all that. And you know what? Sometimes when people are focusing on stuff to nitpick on, I'm just focusing on telling you guys what happened on the show. So that aspect of doing these articles is what I kind of enjoy, because I get to sit back and enjoy watching the show for what it is. I'm not writing my opinions of how the match was. I don't write whether I think the show is booked or whatever. It doesn't. That stuff really doesn't matter to me, because all that stuff's subjective, and I think a lot of people forget about that with wrestling. Say it's subjective. Just because you think somebody is not booked right doesn't mean that person is not booked right. You know, it's about entertainment. Are you entertained by the guy? Are you entertained by the time you see him on TV? You shouldn't worry about booking. You're a wrestling fan. You're not responsible for creating these shows. You're a fan. Be a fan. All right, let's talk about Monday Night Raw tonight. I want you guys to do me a favor. Comment below in the comment section of this video with your dream match cards for WWE Battleground, which would be July 24th on the WWE Network from Washington, D.C. at the Verizon Center. I'll be doing a play-by-play article for that, obviously. Go check that out. Battleground predictions. We are 5 weeks away from Battleground. And with the news of when the WWE draft is going to happen on July 19th, the premiere of SmackDown on Tuesdays is going to be the draft. So a lot to look forward to. You know, you've seen Teddy Long come back. You've seen Kane come back pitching their offers to be manager for SmackDown. The search is still on. I want to say this before Raw goes on air. It is in the West Coast. It's in Arizona. I will say this, and I don't know if it'll happen tonight. I'm not getting my hopes up for anything, but I'm just tossing it out there as an idea. As I said in last week's podcast, I think it'd be really cool to have Eric Bischoff on Raw tonight. I think it'd be cool because you got Bischoff's DVDs out. You guys can go check out that documentary. You could check out this stuff for the WCW stuff. And I just think it'd be really cool if Eric Bischoff was on the show tonight, because you're bringing back all these former GMs. Why not bring in one of the guys that was really a staple during that brand split era? So it's just an idea. Tonight is going to be very interesting, because with this video, I'm going to give you guys my match card for Battleground coming up and in just a couple of minutes. just some couple things to talk about. Obviously, it's kind of cool that Dean Ambrose is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I will say that. Um, I don't know how this match card is going to be changed with the whole brand split coming up, but there is some scenarios and matches cool to go with here, just to mix things up a little bit. I enjoyed Money in the Bank a lot yesterday, and just some scenarios I think would be pretty cool. So I think the first match I would have for Battleground, and we'll do this in the coming weeks where I'll give you guys match lineups for Raw that I would book. Maybe you guys would like it or not. We'll see. But it's a cool idea. Hopefully you guys like it. So this would be the first match I would have on the show. Hopefully you guys can see that. Hold up. All right, hold up. How about nope? All right, here we go. How about this? No. New Day. Let me put that in the lower third. Just 1 second. All right. I want to be your man. I want to be your. Nah, it's not gonna be able to do it. Anyways, the first match I would have for Battleground would be Gallows and Anderson versus against New Day for the tag titles. I would probably do AJ and Cena again because I think that feud should go on to SummerSlam. So I'm fine with AJ against Cena again. I think with what happened last night with the women's division, you have Natty, Becky, and Charlotte go in a three-way for the women's title. Everybody will be happy. It's a match people look forward to. You'll see why Natty decided to attack Becky and throw their 10-year friendship away to the side last night. That's just something that come off the top of my head. You know what I mean? Here's the thing, though. When you have guys like Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler, guys like that who are just coming off a feud that was going on for a while, where do you go from there? You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I wonder if you could have Baron Corbin like fighting a guy like Cesaro, or Baron Corbin starts a feud with Randy Orton when he comes back. Who knows? Maybe tonight you have like Bray Wyatt come back, something like that. I really feel this is going to be very interesting because everybody's talking about the brand split, but the draft doesn't happen until the Tuesday of the week of Battleground. Battleground's that Sunday of that week when the draft happens. So is it going to be a thing where it's Raw versus SmackDown? I'm sure a lot of people assume that's the Shield triple threat. I can see that happening. I wouldn't mind it. It makes sense. Battleground, you have the three former Shield guys fighting each other. That's a money match. It really is. Now, here's the thing. You could do that. You could also have that match, but at SummerSlam, you can make that a gimmicky type of match. Either way, there is no disqualifications, though. It is a triple threat match, so nobody can get disqualified. It is a triple threat match. But as far as tonight's concerned, it's going to be very interesting where they go over here, especially with Roman Reigns. He lost the title. He wasn't the one that got cashed in on. It was Rollins. So people are talking about whether he should turn heel. I heard a really stupid idea this morning on Taz's show, and I just think it's stupid to say that, the guy should leave and take his ball and go home because he lost the title match against one of his brothers in the Shield. That's stupid. I'm sorry. I gotta be flat out and honest with you guys. That's stupid. That's really stupid. You're really gonna have Roman Reigns go home when a money feud like that's gonna happen? Come on. You gotta be smarter than that. But tonight's gonna be very interesting. I think it's very important to caution people their nitpicky ways when it comes to these next couple of Raws, because there's a lot of time before Battleground. We got tonight's Raw. Next week will be the last Raw in June. We got the July 4th show. We got the 11th, the week after, and the 18th. So we got 5 Raws Don't expect the full match card for Battleground to be dished out during that time period. There may be some low points or whatever. You're gonna have that in between shows. Not every show before pay per view is going to be WrestleMania, go home worthy or whatever. I want to cautious people with their nature these days, where they're so over melodramatic and overreact to the littlest things that ever happen with wrestling these days. But try to enjoy the show. It's gonna be interesting with all the fallout for Money in the Bank. Who knows? Maybe a couple of these shows could be nice spotlight things where probably the main thing you see from that show is a return, like a Bray Wyatt, you know what I mean, or Randy Orton. That's something that could work. But like especially with the 4th of July show, I'm sure that's not going to be something to write home about or people are going to be super excited about. But I really think we are in for a good summer for the WWE. I'm really excited to see what they do for the rest of the summer. I think we're in for a good rest of the year for the WWE. I really am. So have any comments? You can follow me on Twitter at WC Josh Lopez. I will not be live tweeting tonight. I'm just not in the mood for it. Really watching Monday Night Raw and tweeting with people is very annoying, and it ruins my experience as a fan watching the show. There's too much negativity when it comes to that social media stuff during wrestling shows. It's just not for me. I'm not a guy to be over negative Nelly the entire time. I'm gonna sit back, enjoy the show. If there's stuff I don't like, I put it out of my mind. Yeah, but I will say though, I'm very excited for the AJ Styles Stone Cold podcast that's gonna be on the WWE Network after Raw. So I think this will be pretty cool as well. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, WC Josh Lopez. Check out the excuse me. Check out the podcast with Adam on Wednesday. We'll try to get a guest on, not sure, but we'll talk about Money in the Bank. We'll talk about tonight's Raw, some scenarios I have for Battleground, some other wacky stuff in the wrestling world. You never know what happens. There's always news with wrestling one day after another. So make sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, spread the word about it, and tell your friends about the best place for wrestling talk right here. I'm Josh Lopez. Enjoy Raw. Talk to y'all later.